Tonight, though, is just as severe a test as you could imagine. Let's take a check on the teams first off. Starting with Sampdoria, and with a significantly stronger side than they had at Highbury. The former international defenders Vjekovod and Ferry return after injury, and the former Yugoslav international Mihailovic is back into their midfield after suspension. David Platt, of course, still suspended. Sampdoria have to score tonight. Lombardo and Mancini are probably the biggest threats. Arsenal, meantime, give a key job to Martin Keown, just as they did in Auxerre in the last round. It seems likely tonight that he'll be marking Mancini. It's another test of resolution for Tony Adams and his Arsenal defence, as we say, but also another night of opportunity for the prolific Ian Wright. 28 goals this season, a scorer of every round so far in this competition. And the referee, Gert Grabher from Austria, just about ready to get it underway. With Sampdoria, cup winners in Italy, a fine pedigree in Europe over the last decade or so. Getting us away, attacking the goal to our right. There'll be plenty of attacking as well as Ferry gets it back to goalkeeper Zenger. This is Manini playing at right back. He played more as a central defender in the first game. Of course, Arsenal won 3-2 at Highbury, so a 1-0 or a 2-1 win for Sampdoria tonight would be enough to put them through, remembering their 2 away goals at Highbury. I suppose if we really have to be positive, Merson getting up there, a draw will be enough for Arsenal, any victory will be enough for Arsenal. Dixon getting it forward. I don't have to tell you there's no shortage of noise here. A goal kick to Sampdoria. It's a compact stadium here, just under 40,000 in it tonight. It was one that was used, of course, for the 1990 World Cup, shared by Sampdoria and the Genoa club. And a pitch that's absolutely terrific. Fairly coarse grass, but a lot of it. Ball coming to Winterburn. Long towards Wright. They're really worried about Wright and his prolific scoring over the last few days in particular. 5 goals in the last couple of Arsenal games. And it's the pace of Wright that will worry them. And of course he gave them a taste of what he could do in that first game at Highbury with a truly wonderful goal from Paul Merson's pass. This is Evani, and now Lombardo knocking it forward. Bold scorer of 2 in that first game. The ball came off Lombardo. It'll be an Arsenal throw. David Platt saying to us yesterday that Arsenal will have to score tonight because he's convinced that Sampdoria will get at least one themselves. The hero of Auxerre in the last round, David Seaman, he's hardly trained for 7 weeks. He's got this cracked rib problem. Aspero over on the left-hand side. Arsenal. Lee Dixon will take it. Keown's gone forward. Bold has made a late run towards the penalty area. It's gone out to John Hartson on the far side. Growing up quickly in this Arsenal side since his arrival from Luton. A throw to Sampdoria. So important that Arsenal keep their discipline and keep their shape and keep the score at 0-0, certainly for the first 20 minutes or so. It's important, of course, they do it a lot longer than that, but equally, it's important they get off to a good start. Foul there by Ferry, who's renowned as a tough-time tackler. Very experienced guy with 45 caps for his country, and he really caught Ian Wright there.
I would think there, Brian, he'd be very, very lucky to get away without a booking.
And they're calling the stretcher for Ian Wright. Gary Lewin, the physio's on, and Wright's in trouble from that challenge by Ricardo Ferry. There it is again. Oh, my goodness, he caught him late there, Ron.
Yeah, I mean, what we've seen in Europe in any game we've seen is that is an automatic booking. I think, and let's be fair, the Italians are good at that, sorting things out early on in a game.
Well, that's a desperate sight for Arsenal fans, and a desperate sight for their prospects in this game. Gary Lewin smiling a little bit in the background there. I don't know whether perhaps he feels that it's maybe not as bad as all that.
He'll want to come back on. There's no question of that. I mean, going off on a stretcher, I mean, I think that's all part of the sort of modern European
it's
thing.
right, and it gets them off the field. I know it's one of my hobby horses, but it's right as Schwarz now takes this free kick towards Steve Bold. Challenged by Manini in the air. Serena knocking it forward. Mihailovic on the far side, the ball out of play, throw to Sampdoria. Mancini. Yes, it was a bit of elbowing there, that time by Tony Adams, one captain on another. A free kick then, and Ian Wright is back on the field. Free kick then to Sampdoria. It's a long way out. Mihailovic has got a good strong left foot on him. Surely his optimism can't stretch this far. Okay. So what have you worked out so far, Ron?
Well, they're going to mark Wright and Hartson man for man. Verkevoort looks as if he's got the responsibility of, there he goes, well over. Remember Branco getting one here a few years ago against Liverpool, nothing like that particular shot. And I think Ian Wright's also going to be favoured with the attentions of a man-to-man marker.
Cavani, tough little Tuscan in the midfield for Sampdoria. Dixon got there first, fractionally before Maspero.
And I think you've seen Arsenal's intent, haven't you? They've picked really three midfield players that just sit in there. And we talked about Keown's role.
And that header from Hartson falls straight to Serena. Ivani. This is a good bit of play here. Jugovic. Lombardo, but he was shepherded out of it by the work of Tony Adams, giving David Seaman time to get in there. Looking at it so far, I thought all along, and I think most people felt that Keown would be marking Mancini. Keown, in fact, is following Jugovic all over the place. He scored 2 of the goals at Highbury.
Yeah, I think Mancini will probably play too high up the field. It'd mean really Keown, Bold and Adams looking after Mancini, and that's not necessary. I think he'll play more as a blocking player more than a marker today. I think he'll try and just block up in front of the Arsenal central defenders. It leaves them, with the exception of Schwarz, a little bit short on craft, doesn't it, in midfield? And I think they've set the score out to say, hey, we're going to battle on, we're going to make it difficult early doors and hope that maybe this sort of situation, set plays, that we can use something from.
It's Adams with the free kick. Long towards Hartson, got his head up well, and Zinger down. Zinger wasn't in his best form at Highbury, but that'll be encouraging for the young John Hartson. The ball knocked forward again as Dixon gets it out to safety. A throw to Sampdoria.
I think you'll see if that particular free kick takes place later on in the game. If Arsenal are chasing, you can see Adams and all the brigade upon you.
Mancini, Cavani. Chipping it towards Lombardo. Mancini crowded out of it. Adams hooks it away. Not very convincingly, though. Mihailovic with that good left foot of his, but not so good on that occasion. Another goal kick for Arsenal. Italian football, of course, absolutely cock-a-hoop this week. Already with Parma and Juventus through to the UEFA final. And then last night, Milan again reaching the final of the European Champions Cup, and now they're looking for Sampdoria to complete a really triumphant picture with a place in the final of the Cup Winners' Cup. Let's hope Arsenal can deny them that pleasure. Up goes Keown. Wright didn't really get a touch on that. Jugovic knocking forward. Lombardo. Got terrific pace.
Had a lot of rain here today, Brian, and I think that helped that particular ball because I was on the pitch early before the game. The grass is a little bit high, and I would have thought normally that ball might have held a little bit for Lombardo.
Get the ball forward again to Mihailovic. All left foot and a lot of skill to him. Former Yugoslav international. It's with Dixon now. There was a shove on Hartson there as he went for that ball. Referee had not at the right angle to see it. Keown playing a simple one to Merson. Keown then getting it back and playing it now for Bold. Here's Winterburn. In towards right, Manini's header clear. Merson trying to get in quickly, put a little spurt on there. That's a good ball there by Keown. Right with the cross. Played the ball in towards Hartson, but the flag was up for an offside.
That's encouraging, though. They've had 2 attacks.
And I think Merson, is it down there?
Yeah, Merson took a knock as he went to just flick the ball through there. They've had
Sorry, Ron, you were saying?
They've had 2 attacks, and they've nearly produced with both. There wasn't an awful lot in that. It may well have been that Merson was offside on that, who definitely wasn't interfering with play.
Waldersinger, 34, 58 caps for Italy. Dixon suggesting that Seaman comes forward for this one. Arsenal with just under 2,000 fans here in the stadium tonight. Coming towards 20 to 9 in northern Italy. Ferry with a header. Mihailovic comes to Tony Adams. Bold. His first goals of the season, those at Highbury in the first leg here. Right, again crowded out. Noticeable that Manini was onto him very quickly, and Manini was supported also by Serena. Here's right again.
I mean, we had the various formations before the game of Sampdoria. Certainly nobody mentioned the fact that Serena may switch and play on this side of the field.
Sven Goran Eriksson, the Sampdoria manager. No one suggested that Serena would come this side, really.
Play on the right-hand play on the right-hand side of the defence.
Paul Merson. Serena with the throw. Merson's header. Merson's overhead. Right chasing. Viekovod across quickly. It's an Arsenal ball. But is it a corner or is it a throw? Well, the ball boys place the ball in the corner quadrant there. Merson is going across. It's a corner.
I think he might have given him a free kick for handball.
Yes, he has given a free kick for handball by Viekovod. Right waiting now. Keown's up from the back there. Bold's up from the back. Adams is in there somewhere. This is where they feel that Sampdoria are vulnerable. If the ball is delivered well, it's a deeper one this time towards Tony Adams, who took quite a battering, I have to say, as he jumped for that one from Ferry.
Seeing referees turn around, and if he'd have seen that particular challenge from Ferry, may very well have cautioned him for that and given a penalty.
Absolutely.
I mean, obviously, as we know from the first leg, they're very worried about Arsenal's aerial power, and you could see it in there. When he's trying to signal to the linesman here, Ferry, that somebody was holding him down, but I don't think there's a case of that. So that's twice already after 2 set plays they've had, but twice they've tested them in the air and they've been found lacking.
Lombardo chasing.
They're looking for that one a lot, Lombardo. Just playing off Winterburn's shoulder, but looking to dive in behind Bold and Adams. Starts off in essentially a right-sided, old-fashioned right wing position, and dives in through the middle.
Winterburn playing it forward, knocked in by Wright, picked up by Viekovod, stopped by Schwartz. Can Merson get there? No, it's Ferry who knocks it forward. Mancini is onside. This is a crucial moment. It's an excellent goal for Sampdoria. They claimed offside Arsenal. They're still looking at the linesman end of the referee, but Mancini has gone to support to get the crowd's acclamation there. And Sampdoria are 1-0 in the lead. A wonderful piece of finishing, to be fair, as Seaman came out. Now, was he offside? Might just have been that Dixon on the far side was playing him on.
Brian, my own impression was, quite honestly, that he wasn't offside. Watching it, we're virtually in line with it. Certainly Lombardo was offside, coming back on. But I think Mancini had just made the running time. And I think the second Arsenal lost, they looked at the linesman actually appeared as just waved his hands and waved play on. And I think that might even have thrown the Arsenal eyes. They might have thought that he picked his flag up. But to me, I thought Mancini was onside. Lombardo was coming back from an offside position.
And now Arsenal have to score. 1-0 would be enough to see Sampdoria into the final in Paris next month. Cavani. Mihailovic. Dixon. Not lost in 25 European games, Arsenal. The test is a really severe one now, though. Having said that, it was a wonderful piece of finishing by Mancini, wasn't it?
Yeah, he took it well. I think even David Seaman was in no man's land, wondering whether he was going to get a decision. And from the Sampdoria's point of view, they will say that they've been sort of making noises that they've split the Arsenal square defence with a little through run, a little bit.
There's Mancini again. Lombardo is offside this time.
And he'd no need to be. You see, that's dangerous when sometimes it's been an Arsenal strength over the years, being able to hold a high line and catch teams offside. But there is that element, isn't there? Twice there. Once for the goal. And I thought then Lombardo should have held his run and didn't need to be offside.
Espero. And ball easy for Sina.
It's about being mentally strong as well now from the Arsenal's point of view. They've held on to leads for so many years now, or the last 2 years certainly in this particular competition. I can't remember offhand when they've been trailing a game, so in an away leg particularly. But I think
they've always been hanging on, haven't they?
You've just got to say, Brian, they've got to try somehow and get the mental attitude and say, hey, we're all square basically, let's grind it out and run it. We've got a long old way to go yet.
Stuart Houston's man, George Armstrong, there talking to him. Stuart makes a note. I think there's certainly no lack of quality in terms of their will to win and so on in this Arsenal side. They've held on so well in Europe to so many narrow leads. Well, they claim that Winterburn shoved them in the back there. There's a great fortitude about this Arsenal side, and there's always Ian Wright, so by no means is this battle lost yet. Dixon. That's a corner. Short's going across to take it. This is where Arsenal might respond. Steve Bold up at that near post position where he caused such havoc in the first leg. Tony Adams waiting to thunder in for anything that might be flicked on. But Zenga has it. He's lost it. And the referee's whistle stopped the action there. But again, that will do Zenga's confidence no good at all. That looked a ball that was a goalkeeper's ball, and it looked as though it was one that might be taken quite comfortably, and Zenga made a right hash of it.
Well, I think he's absolutely fortunate to get a free kick there. I mean, I'm a bit I think goalkeepers are overprotected anyway, but certainly on that incident, it's his own shortcomings that's lost the ball there. Nothing to do with John Hartson.
Hartson hustling Viekovod there. Arsenal get a throw. David Hillier with it. No, he's going to leave it to Lee Dixon. Sampdoria leading by a goal to nil, scored by Mancini, number 10. Making it level 3-3 on aggregate. Hillier. Back to Dixon. Both for Arsenal and for Sampdoria, the route into Europe next season begins and ends in this competition. Arsenal way out of the challenge for the championship and the cups at home, of course. And Sampdoria themselves are out of the Italian Cup and are lying 9th in the Serie A. So it adds an extra strand of importance to this game here tonight for both sides. You want to make a point?
Yeah, I was just thinking, I actually think they've been chalked off a good goal there, you know, Grant. All right, it's very predictable that once anybody gets anywhere near a goalkeeper, particularly at this level in these type of games, referees will give decisions against them. But I did notice before the free kick, both Ferry and Verkovic were trying to bring the referee's attention. You know, watch for they were indicating, they were saying, look, watch for pushing. And that's clever if you like, professionalism, gamesmanship. But I think that might have had an impact on the referee.
Adams hitting this one forward, not very effectively. But Viekovod's out there chasing right. Stranded over the advertising boards there as Arsenal get on with the game, and it comes loose here for Schwarz. And then for Adams, played forward again towards Keown. He took a knock there as well from Serena. Jugovic. Keown is still down. No offside. Problems here. Mancini setting him up again. Plays the ball in. And Maspero's shot goes wide. It's a goal kick.
Steve Ball's having a right go at the linesman over here about the original thing that he thought was offside when Mancini kicked the ball up left. He wasn't offside, Brian. He's looking along the line. He knows he's a cute player. He looks just along the line, stays just on certain times he's running. I think Arsenal are flirting a little bit, and that's nearly a second goal. Through that very reason, they're flirting with that system against Lombardo and against Mancini. That could be that could be fatal.
So what should they do then?
I think they've got to mark a little bit. They're just playing in zones, and they left Mancini, who was prepared to go anywhere along the line. I think somebody's got to say, look, let's defend first. Let's not just rely on the linesman's flag to keep us in the game. That's not a good sight. But I mean, like we saw with Ian Wright, that they're getting one and off a bit quick.
Reminder, of course, it stays this way, 1-0 to Sampdoria. They go through to the final by virtue of the 2 away goals they scored at Highbury. Mihailovic with a header. Here's Dixon taking it nicely on his body, looking around. He's got time to do that. Plays it forward towards John Hartson. Hartson gets a bang on the head this time from Viekovod. It'll be another free kick for Arsenal. It'll be a signal for Bold and for Adams to go forward into the box again. Wright will be there. Hartson, another 6-footers in there. Again, it needs to be a good delivery, and this is where Arsenal feel they might get a bit of joy from corners and from free kicks just in this sort of situation. Now, how well can Stefan Schwarz deliver it? It's curling in there towards John Hartson, but Serena got his head to it. Supported here by little Ivani. Down the line again to Serena, quickly challenged by Paul Merson.
You know, Brian, the referee's giving them enough free kicks in those sort of areas. I just wonder whether they might try a shorter one. I mean, obviously Sampdoria conditioned now to the ball being flung in for the big guys. I wonder whether they might try a little clipped one to the near post and maybe try and get in right in early.
Hartson with the header. Here's Ferry. Ball hit long, trying to release Mancini. But Adams kept his eye on the ball. He was supported by Dixon, and here's David Seaman. Ivani's header for Sampdoria, won by Schwarz. Keown, who's back on the field again. I hadn't noticed him come back on again, but he's all right and going again. Jugovic. Ivani to Mancini. Jugovic has made a good break. A wonderful break there by the Yugoslav, but it back again from Mihailovic. It's Bold who hammers it clear. Maspero.
I think that last break there, was a first-class example of what I'm on about, Brian. Keown stayed with the runner there. I think if Keown had just tried to stand for the offside, Mihailovic would have been in.
But it was a devastating moment because Mancini just pulled a little bit deeper, and as he pulled deeper, so Jugovic started his run, and Mancini's pass to him was pretty near to perfection.
I mean, they've got a great fluidity about the side, haven't they? I mean,
absolutely.
So Lombardo sets off as a basic right wing, then all of a sudden he's flying into second striker positions. I think the midfield and the front people interchange excellently.
Here's the corner now for Sampdoria. Towards that near post, a little flick on, it comes from Bold, and then for away without great conviction by Merson. Played in again, and Mancini's header. Will it come for Ivani? No. Well, Winterburn took a bang on the face there from Ivani's boot. The ball was bouncing there, and in fact, I think Ivani was entitled to go for it. Winterburn was ducking it a little bit low, but it cracked the Arsenal full-back on the side of the head. Let's have a look again. And,
yeah, I mean, I think to be fair, I say it was well up.
His boot wasn't it? Yes.
I thought he had ducked an awful lot, Winterburn.
Really caught him on the side of the head. Referee's whistle. Off goes Winterburn. Free kick to Arsenal to be taken by David Seaman.
Once again, we see a little bit of lenient refereeing, if you like.
Hartson. Ferry's clearance. Mancini. Arsenal's throw. Schwartz wants to take it quickly. He was denied that privilege, or almost denied it, by Lombardo's insistence of standing right in front of him. It's another ball for Arsenal. Another free kick.
He's given plenty of those away, Ferry, where he knows that Hartson's got the beating him in the air, and he's just doing that little nudge in the back. But at least the referee's giving Arsenal the percentage of free kicks as well.
Well, Stefan Schwartz has got a terrific poke on him from this sort of range. But then Sven-Goran Eriksson will know all about that. They're trying to get Winterburn back on again. He was the Benfica manager when Schwartz was player for the Benfica club. Here is Stefan Schwartz. He's driven it. It's deflected. It's gone over. It's a corner.
Well, but Arsenal wouldn't have thought that after so long play they'd have had so many free kicks and corners and what have you in what they would term the danger zones.
And it's what they were looking for, wasn't it? That's where they felt that they could cause most trouble to Sampdoria. Well, there's another corner that needs to be well delivered by Stefan Schwartz. They're hitting them long. Didn't quite come to Adams. They haven't really played one in for Bold at the near post yet. Merson playing this one in, and Wright almost got a head onto that one. Another corner for Arsenal. Let's see if they play another long one.
I tell you what, you watch every ball that goes into the box. When any big Arsenal player goes for it, he's nudged, he's pushed, he's jostled. There's no way they're going to get free runs at the ball. They're going to get bumped all over the place. Adams, Bold, Hartson, you know, but they've got to still resist and get in there.
Starts again a long one there, this time held by Zenga.
His quality hasn't been good. I think, as you said, run about Bold not getting any little flickings at the front post. I think he's put them in areas which, to a certain extent, do favour the keeper.
Adams getting there first for this one. Certainly no shortage of experience in this Sampdoria side. 6 of them are 30 years of age or over. Jakobod is 36, celebrated his 36th birthday, in fact, on the substitutes bench at Highbury a fortnight ago. Average age of the side, very nearly 30, just over 29. Oh, that was a silly thing for Hillier to do. He kicked the ball away quite unnecessarily. The referee, again, a little lenient. I've seen yellow cards come out for that.
No danger in a league game in England. That would have been a booking.
So unnecessary. Mancini so alive and alert. Played a little dummy there, but didn't quite come off. Winterburn now. Onto the left foot, finds his fellow fullback Lee Dixon. Tony Adams. Goes Hartson. It's a little touch there, but couldn't quite get it through to right. Keown couldn't get on the end of it either. Here's Merson. Schwartz again. Adams, space away out on the left here for Winterburn. Lombardo coming across to cover that, though. Putting everybody back behind the ball now. The Italians. Merson taking the ball from Schwartz. This is good play by Arsenal. They just couldn't quite get the pass that mattered on the edge of the box there. It's Maspero. Go through to David Seaman. Offside that time against Mancini, quite right. He's not happy about it, but there was no doubt about that. He was just a yard or so offside. Linesman absolutely spot on there.
Are you sure, Brian? I'm telling you that.
You're not sure?
I'm not as convinced as you are about that, because I'll tell you, I think they're dicing with danger. They've been done once on it. I mean, in actual fact, and it's hard to change your tactics in the middle of a game. I just wonder whether they might be better employed. We talked about Keown as a marker. I wonder whether he'd be better playing behind the two centre-halves and pushing the full-backs on a little bit.
Ivani to Mancini. No foul there. Oh, there's one there, though. My goodness. Serena on Adams. That's a yellow card. Free kick again to Arsenal. No doubt about that. Now let's see what Winterburn can do. Left foot. Bold is up there. Adams, as you can see, is alongside Winterburn. Hasn't made a move. Doesn't intend to. It's hit long towards Steve Bold. Bold chesting it down. Merson! And a save by Walter Zenga. And Arsenal so very close indeed to an equaliser there. A good knock down by Bold and a quick follow-up by Paul Merson.
A good save. Should have scored, Brian. I mean, that was a nice little slow ball into Bold, who just held it up nicely. And that was a great chance for this lad.
Merson's corner.
But that's the encouraging part. They're getting opportunities.
Dixon playing it wide again for Paul Merson. Needs a good delivery here, but it'll go for the corner off Lombardo.
When he does ever so well, it's got height and it's got a bit of slowness on it. Watch how he just checks it into the run. Maybe a touch under his feet, but at this level, that's a good save. But at this level, that's the sort of chances you have to take.
Well, here's Merson, the man who had the chance with another corner. Bold at the near post. He's bypassed him. They've got it clear. Only as far as Dixon. He'll turn it back in again with a bit of pace on it as well towards right. And in fact, it was Hartson in the end who got, I think, the final touch to it. But actually, of the two goalkeepers, you know, this man is having more to do than David Seaman.
Oh, yeah. I mean, once Arsenal sort of, if you like, load the thing in there, particularly with a bit of quality, I'm just worried about the back four, the way they're playing and giving that particular space for runners through. But certainly when they come into the attacking half of the field, you can't believe at this level that Arsenal would have had so much play. And they were having it actually before the goal.
There's a mistake by Serena. Header finds Ian Wright. But Jakobod, quite the old defender there, sticking close to his man, knew just what he had to do. Here's Winterburn. To the path of Merson. Wright tries to play a 1-2 with him, and on the ground, Wright tries to retrieve it, but can't. Adams backpedaling. Arsenal desperately need a goal. And Seaman didn't really make the most of that one, but eventually found Dixon. Hillier. Bold. On the line for Winterburn. Thompson going for this one, and Bold as well. Or rather, Keown.
I'm actually amazed that Hartson went for that. I think he could have seen that Keown was going to get a nick on him.
Shots playing well at the moment. This isn't a bad spell for Arsenal. But Jugovic brings it clear. Mancini, a lovely turn by him. And having made the turn off, bad luck for Sampdoria, then hits the heel of Lombardo.
Nobody's more relieved than Steve Bold here, was he? Oh. Looks as if he's just going to burn him off with his pace. Just caught his heel.
Jakobod, free kick to Arsenal. Winterburn with it. Mancini's goal is the one that's given Sampdoria the priceless lead. It's at 3-3 on aggregates. But Sampdoria just with their noses ahead because of their 2 away goals of Highbury. Keown with a back header and a little flick by Wright.
Just didn't know where he was, did he? Just had his back to goal, couldn't quite get enough on it, but well, it's amazing. It was predictable that they would have a problem with the Arsenal aerial attack, and they're certainly having that. And they look petrified of it. You know, you think about people like Verkevoid and people like Ferry, they've played at the highest level, World Cups and things. They're not very happy with that sort of assault.
Over the header. Dixon laying it back to David Seaman.
Does that every time Mihajlovic, you know, runs. He knows that Seaman is a good kicker of the ball and sets up a lot of Arsenal first attacks, if you like. Every time the ball goes back to Seaman, Mihajlovic, the number 6, puts a big press on him.
Here's again Mihajlovic. A little under 10 minutes, a little over 10 minutes now to go with the first half. Mihajlovic, Jugovic, Ivani, here comes Ferry. Long range shot. Oh, did Seaman get a touch on that? He did. It's a corner.
Oh, it was a good touch as well, because that would have been, I would have guessed, unretrievable if that had gone in.
Just bouncing awkwardly there as the big defender. Just a nasty little bounce, and it was an important touch there by David Seaman, providing him with this corner. And a goal kick.
You certainly can't talk about lacking in incidents. I mean, I was amazed when you said there's only 10 minutes left of the half. It seemed to have flown through. Good climb there from Mancini.
Up goes Hartson. Ferry there behind him. Right, forcing the error there. Will be a throw to Arsenal. Chelsea and Zaragoza, of course, the other semi-finalists. Chelsea playing tonight at Stamford Bridge, facing a 3-goal deficit from their first leg in Spain. Merson tries to turn away from Serena. Serena holds him. It's a free kick, and it's kicked away there by Serena. He's already got a yellow card.
Well, that would be stupid, wouldn't it?
It would have been just the height of stupidity, and Lombardo told him so. To get sent off for that would have been absolutely daft. But here's Merson with Arsenal's free kick. Driven this time towards Singer. And Singer this time catches it firmly above the head of Hartson. Holding off John Hartson, a throw to Arsenal. Dixon with it. Adams. Dixon heading it forward again. More out there. He had a terrific career, this defender with Italy. 45 caps. This goal, backpedaling. Winterburn's available to him, except that Mancini then comes across, cuts that possibility out, so he plays it to Tony Adams. Nobody more reliable. Forward to a little bit of space there now for Hillier. Knocked forward by him, right, lurking on the far side now. Aspero can't hold him up, and falls swiftly into the arms of Zenger before Keown can get there, or Hartson can get there. Arsenal still trailing to Mancini's 14th minute goal, but still very much in this cup semi-final, but needing a goal. Schwartz. Jugovic. What damage he did with those 2 away goals at Highbury. Ivani. Lombardo. Oh, the back heel. Jugovic again. Mancini with the back heel. Well, it was a back heel that undid them, and Mihajlovic driven across the face of that Arsenal goal. Goal kick.
season.
Lovely little play on the edge of the box there with the back heels and so on. There was a Mancini back heel, as you remember, in the first leg, Ron, that really opened up the way for a crucial goal.
This was rather a poor clearance, actually, and when he drilled that, I thought that's going to take the back of the net with it. But it's once again, it made it make it too much of an issue. It's going back to that thing. They see that space in behind the Arsenal defenders, and they're prepared to play little balls through it, or even longer balls through it sometimes.
Adams saved himself. Serena. Keown. A bit of space. No, he won't find Hillier with that. Mihailovic. Good left foot on him. Mancini this time caught well offside.
Yeah, no question about that one. But the one earlier, just before that, as soon as he got threaded through, Arsenal defenders hands up, and there was no chance of him being offside.
Just going back to the Mancini goal again, Ron, with the quick look that we had at just that one angle, did you feel that he was offside or not? I just had the feeling that Dixon was playing him onside on the far side.
I thought he was okay. I mean, my own feeling was, without even looking at the replay, was that his run had been timed. But Lombardo certainly was offside, but he was coming back.
Yeah.
And of course, under the conditions that we play under now, that's not deemed offside. But if you leave that much room behind a defence against the quality of player that can pick a pass with a timer run, I think you're asking for. I really do think you're asking for trouble.
5 minutes the last of the first half now left. A free kick to Arsenal. Dixon just waiting for Adams to come up and take his place in the box there. Keown on the far, rolled on the far side. It's Merson with the shot. It's just crashed off a defender, deflected by one of these Sampdoria defenders for another Arsenal corner.
I think he should play this one, as you say, towards the first post, a little bit softer. So Bolt can
They really haven't done that in this game,
no,
and they did it to such good effect at Highbury. And that's played there, and it almost came off for them. It was John Hartson who got there first with the glancing header, not Steve Bold, as we can see in the picture here, but it was Hartson who came flying in.
That's a brave header, actually. He's come a distance to go in front of defenders there. But I think that will favour, you see, it's the one there, he's just attacked the space there. Just can't get enough round on it. But I think that will help us a little bit to just drop them shorter of Zenga.
Adams leaping for this one, winning it well above the head of Mihailovic. Ferry with the free kick for Sampdoria. Hillier didn't really get onto that one. But in the end, retrieves it. And in fact, Arsenal win a free kick.
I just wonder, Brian, if there's any way. I'd like to see Arsenal if they could, and I think they're playing okay in the attacking, from an attacking point of view. But I'd just like to see them. I wonder if maybe Lee Dixon could force the issue a little bit up his side a little bit, and Merson pull out on the left side more.
Up goes Hartson, wins it in the air, and Wright can't get there. Zenga goes down, and they made absolutely sure. And there's Ferry and Wright face to face there, not happy. Wright wasn't happy with the way that Ferry balked in there as he tried to make his run. But Ron making that point again, though, that these Sampdoria defenders will not let the Arsenal players get a run at the ball. Just a little flash point there between the Arsenal striker and the big Sampdoria defender.
Ian Wright's also.
Mihailovic. Mancini, he's turned beautifully there. He tries to get that ball into the path of a midfielder come running in, and it was Schwarz instead who got it away for Arsenal. And here's Winterburn. Manini down the line. Wright keeps that in play.
Ryan, there's all sorts going on in midfield between Schwarz and Avani. They're kicking lumps off each other off the ball.
Wright gets it to Hillier. Adams knocks it forward again. Dixon on the far side, but it won't reach him. It's Vierkabod, and now it's Mihailovic, and it's Sampdoria storming forward again now as we come towards half-time, and a great catch by David Seaman. So you're seeing all sorts of nasties off the ball, are you?
Avani and Schwarz must have had 4 kicks at each other and a little bit of jostling, and they're still eyeballing each other now. I mean, that's the last thing. I mean, that's the Italians would be looking for that. I mean, when we saw the Wright incident before, Ferry's an experienced campaigner. He knows Ian Wright, if he likes, got a short fuse.
Ferry getting there before Wright.
And he would try and get him at it.
Vierkevod.
In a way, Wright should regard it as a compliment because they know that he's a threat.
Here's Winterburn. And again, Stefan Schwarz. Jugovic this time trying to hold him up. Towards Ian Wright. Ferry's gone there with him, and he almost twisted it past Singer. Gets a corner.
Great ball from Schwarz. That's what they need, a little bit of craft, a little bit of cunning. That was a good run from Ian Wright, but a superb little ball from Schwarz.
The last minute of the first half now. Merson with the corner again bowled at the near post. Couldn't get the little flick on. It might come here for Stefan Schwarz with that left foot of his. Charged down again by Sampdoria. Here's Winterburn now. Can Arsenal just pull this goal back right on the stroke of half-time? Here's Merson towards the byline. Couldn't get it across. Manini stabs it away, but stabs it straight to Winterburn. And the corner. No, it just flicked off the Arsenal player last minute. It's a goal kick.
If I was Stuart Houston at half-time, I would say, hey, these are very, very beatable at the back. You've just got to make sure your concentration's spot on defensively because of the runs that the front players can make from Sampdoria. But certainly they look very, very vulnerable. They're trying a traditional Italian man-for-man sweeper. But in all fairness, they're looking vulnerable and they're looking a little bit old. You mentioned about Vierkevod and Ferry, their age. And it looks as if the likes of Hartson and Wright can get some rewards late in the game if they keep working at them.
So if you're an Arsenal fan at home now, you wouldn't be too despondent.
I'd be upset with the goal. You know, you'd feel that you'd wanted to get to half-time with your lead intact. But at least sometimes you're playing these games and, oh, there it goes again. They'll have a rematch soon, these two.
Schwarz and Ivani. But Arsenal haven't played badly, have they?
No, Arsenal have been very, very positive. I wouldn't have thought they could have had as many chances or as many situations on Italian soil as they have had.
Well, let's hope one of them can count as Hillier plays the ball in the game. But that was meat and drink for Ferry. A little touch away to Ivani. Ivani knocking forward. A bad ball played straight to Schwarz. Free kick to Sampdoria.
I would believe, Brian, if they don't concede another goal, they'll go through to the final. I really believe they'll score a goal, Arsenal, providing the other team don't get another one. Providing Sampdoria don't go to 2.
Mancini, little flick on, and Seaman gathers. Here's Merson. Serena. Plenty of blue shirts up this time. And the goal kick. Well, that man, Mihailovic, got a devastating left foot. Caught that on the volley. He's a little annoyed with himself, but...
I'll tell you what, I think Stuart Houston will be well annoyed at Lee Dixon. That's come 65 yards, and he's hardly done anything about it. I mean, knowing full well that lad can half-crack them.
Well, the half-time whistle is gone. Arsenal are a goal down. That'll be enough, if it stays that way, to put Sampdoria through to the final in Paris next month. Mancini's goal after 14 minutes. That's the situation.
Their keeper's definitely been the busier keeper, and we've got to keep doing what we're good at.
The chances are there, aren't they?
Absolutely. I've just told the players to keep going, and hopefully we can get one, and then let's hope so.
Thank you, Gary. Just got to keep doing what they were doing, and I think that's exactly right, Ron, don't you? As you say, with one or two little exceptions, you want Dixon to push in a bit more, possibly, but they are making chances, Arsenal, and this game is by no means beyond them. Here's Dixon with the free kick. Arsenal got a very good record against Italian sides in European competition. Up goes Vierkevod. Aspero, the foul on him, a free kick. Way back in 70-71, they beat Lazio in Europe. In 79-80, they beat Juventus. Last season, they beat Torino and Parma in winning the Cup Winners' Cup. They lost, of course, to Milan in the Super Cup this season. But overall, Arsenal have a very good record against Italian sides. Hillier winning that well. Just knocks it forward to Hartson, but the challenge of Vierkevod was swift onto Hartson there, and it's Ferry who knocks it forward again. Adams gets it away, knocked on by Keown. Ferry again with the touch. Touched on this time by Maspero, and here's Mihailovic. Well stopped again by Adams. Supported there by Schwarz. Bold then plays it wide to Winterburn, who's got a bit of space. Up to right. Oh. Obstruction there by Manini.
That's a free kick and a booking. That's a booking for me. I mean, he's conned the referee there. He knew very well that the ball might go past, but there's no way it was right on the ball going past.
Up goes Keown again. That time it was Serena getting in there. Schwarz playing it tall. Merson for Schwarz again. Winterburn again. Here's Hartson. Jakovod's gone with him. Jakobod might just be that little bit short of match hardness as well. He's, as I say, he's 36. He's been out for a few games with injury. Arsenal's throw. Bold trying to get the header to it. Sanger with the clearance. He arrived here from Inter Milan with Ferry as a part of a deal that took the goalkeeper Pagliuca to Inter Milan from Sampdoria. Here's Lombardo. No foul. Winterburn gets it away to Hillier. Neat bit of play there by Hillier. His nerve held well there. Dixon. Adams. Played into the path of Schwarz. Lombardo's closing in on though, but Schwarz still gets it to right. Right, a rather unorthodox ball played out there towards Winterburn, who couldn't quite keep it in play.
They have a little flourish, Sampdoria, where they play the pressing game, particularly the midfield players and the front people. They try and make Arsenal hurry the ball so they can't play with any real quality. I think Arsenal's still got to be brave enough to try and get their passes, and they're in trouble here, though.
Mancini. The flag is up. Mihailovic, I don't think was offside. It was Jurgovic, I think, who was offside. In the other semi-final, I gather Chelsea leading Zaragoza by 1-0. As Keown plays the ball across to Hartson, that's no problem there for Zenger.
Actually, it's been the most noticeable thing in the few minutes we played. Keown has certainly taken more advanced positions than he did in the first half. Well, that's an ugly one, isn't it?
Clearance by Zenger.
How much of that's nerves? You never know. I mean, he's an experienced keeper, but he showed he was very human at Highbury, and certainly tonight at times, although he's made good saves, he's looked fragile when the pressures come against him.
Ferry, Evani, Mancini, Adams, and now Bold. Winterburn. Hit long towards Martin Keown, playing in a very forward role here. On for Ian Wright. Couldn't get any purchase on it. In any case, the whistle had gone. It was Keown pushing down on the defender.
Well, we've seen him break up the right wing and hook a ball in. We've seen him make in the box and try and get his head on the end of feet. Obviously, Stewart said to him, look, try and push yourself forward at every opportunity. What I think they're trying to do is make sure that Sampdoria's spare man at the back doesn't have too much space to play in and break the game up.
Furlong the scorer for Chelsea, by the way. Jakobod with a header. Up goes Dixon. Dixon again. Steve Bold to Merson. Played for Adams. I thought he'd sold Dixon a little short there. Dixon then losing it first to Mancini, and now here's Mihailovic. Now Mancini again. Lombardo's made the break into the box. The back heel again there, which is almost a Mancini copyright. Did very well. A good throw out there too. An excellent throw out by Seaman. Winterburn down the flank there, making plenty of progress in towards John Hartson. The ball knocked out to Hillier. Played for Ian Wright again. Vierkevod's closing on him. Wright with the shot from the sort of angle, in fact, that he scored from against Auxerre. But that wasn't such a devastating shot as we saw in France. Zenga was able to gather it up quite comfortably. Schwarz.
Notice Keown pushing right up onto the left-sided defender here.
Hartson winning it in the air. Yakovod with the clearance. Yes, Keown's role has changed significantly in the few minutes of this second half. Dixon getting it back to the safety of Seaman. Played short to Bold. My goodness, there's not much to spare. What are they playing at? In the end, Seaman gets it clear to Winterburn. Plays it in to Schwarz. There's a lot of confidence in this Arsenal side at the moment as Wright plays it to Mercer. And now to Schwarz. Dixon furious because he got some space on this side and Schwarz didn't pick him up. Now look at Keown getting back in there. There was a foul by him on Jugovic. Free kick to Sampdoria.
He's got the bit between his teeth this half, Martin Keown. See him making up the ground. He's actually, it's his body strength that's given the free kick away. He's virtually brushed Jugovic away.
Ivani's free kick. Up to Mihailovic. Don't let him get onto the left foot. And Lee Dixon didn't. Ferry, that looked like a handball. A long way back to Zenga. Rather Bold caught a little off balance there. Adams playing it through to Hillier. Not the ball right wanted at all. Schwarz again. Dixon. Adams. It'll be a throw to Sampdoria. Shove in the back of Jugovic by Hillier. A free kick to Sampdoria.
Just looking there, Brian, just before the free kick as well. Every Arsenal player was actually in this quarter of the field, and that's to get back to the point I was trying to make earlier. He's just headed him in the back of the head. In fact, it's a wonder Hillier didn't come off worse there, actually, isn't it? But as I say,
and Jugovic is stupidly refusing to. One of the teammates is saying, "Come on, you got to go off the field," and he's shrugging him off. And the referee again being very lenient. There was no stretcher coming on there.
I was just going to say, Brian, very quickly, the point I was trying to make was I feel sure Arsenal would be better with an outlet on the left-hand side.
Well, McGoldrick, I'm told, is warming up at the moment, Ron.
I think they've got one in Merson, but I think Merson's playing in. I can understand sometimes, but I mean, they're all very, very bunched in there.
And we think he's coming on for David Hillier. Yakovod. Up to Malpesa. Or Maspero, rather. It's a foul by Hillier. And McGoldrick coming on, and Hillier's coming off.
He's actually been very neat and tidy tonight, Hillier. You know, normally he's the sit in the middle of midfield and wins it and so forth. But it's a bit surprised with McGoldrick. I thought it may have been Parlour. I thought, you know, although McGoldrick can run on, but certainly Parlour likes to as well.
With the kick. Played for Ferry. Back for Ivani again. He's got a good left foot on him, but not that good.
What Arsenal haven't done yet in the second period, they haven't managed to mount up a series of attacks, of corners and free kicks like they had in the first half and get that momentum where they constantly pressurised the Sampdoria back people.
To Winterburn. Schwarz. Played for Adams. Schwarz again. Picking out Dixon. Serena's header clear. Adams playing it down the line again. It'll be a throw for Arsenal this time. Dixon might like to throw a long one in.
Oh, there's no danger. Here comes Adams. Here comes the brigade.
It could be as good as a corner, but he plays it short to McGoldrick. And then plays it for Dixon now. The little cross coming in towards Tony Adams. And Merson trying to readjust, and it cannoned off a defender. Schwartz. Now the breakout, and they are so great on the counter-attack, and this is where Arsenal really must be aware. Keown's trying to get back, Mancini's across there, and in fact Dixon just got across there in time, but the flag was up in any case for offside. They can be so devastating on that counter-thrust. Winterburn. And a foul this time by Hartson.
Well, he's a strong lad and he muscled his way in there, didn't he?
Ferry with the kick. Mihailovic nodding it on, easy for Seaman. McGoldrick's just going to play down this right flank, isn't he? And Serena's just keeping an eye on him. He looks as though he might play a little more forward than David Hillier was.
If he's going to do that, I think they can balance it out the other side with Merson. What it does, it also pins the Sampdoria wide players back.
Dixon's throw. Hartson playing it in. It was Manini who got that clear. Adams. Sampdoria soon to make a substitution. They're going to bring on Invernizzi, who played in the first game in defence. And it's Evani, we think, who might be coming off. Adams, oh, he might get caught here. Mancini and Adams' determination got him through. But now Evani to Lombardo, and Bold. And he hits it straight at Mancini, but then gets a second bite at it, and this time flicks it with much more certainty towards Winterburn. And now the run on for Merson, right up alongside him as well. Merson going by Manini, almost desperate to take him out of the play there. Merson did really well. Winterburn's come up and joined him. Schwartz with a shot, charged down though by Jugovic. Back to Bold. Still can't get Invernizzi on. Played wide towards McGoldrick. McGoldrick won a good header there. Hartson turned his man. Well, Vierkovod pulling him down there, surely. And the referee has given the free kick to Arsenal. Quite right. I mean, Vierkovod was all over Hartson there. And a substitution to be made. Invernizzi will come off. Evani goes to come on, and Evani comes off. He's had his battles, little Evani. Alberigo Evani with Stefan Schwartz. Neat and tidy little midfield player. Invernizzi, possibly more of a defensive player, coming on now. But another one who's past the age of 30.
They've got to be looking for Schwartz here, haven't they?
McGoldrick. Keown is rather Bold has come up quickly on the far side.
It was a clever run. Everybody took. They tried to take all the people from the back post and drag the defenders under the ball.
Merson with the corner. Bold is again at the near post. Keown is also at the near post. Kick on and knocked in, and it's gone there. It's Ian Wright. Ian Wright got the touch that matters, and Arsenal are 1-1. A smile of Stuart Houston, and suddenly this game has taken another twist. The man who scored in every round, the man who scored a superb goal in the first leg, Ian Wright. The header came, I think, from Adams in the first place. Wright then with the touch. Yes, and it's Wright's goal as Zenger was flapping all over the place.
It's Hartson, actually. Hartson's got the little nick on.
But
I'm still not sure whether Wright actually showed brilliant reflexes or he's just hit him, Brian. I mean, when you're a good goal scorer like he is, they're going off everything, and I'm not too sure that isn't just jammed against him.
Well, it's Ian Wright's goal. And it stands at 1-1, and if it stays this one, Arsenal can prepare for a final. But here's Ferry. We're going to have a real nerve-wracking finish to this game now. It's important that Arsenal get their challenges in. It's important they don't concede anything now. Golgic couldn't get to that one. Bold is there. Another free kick for Sampdoria. These are really testing and trying moments now. And Arsenal pulling a lot back. Hartson's gone right back deep into defence to hold out. A little flick on, and it's just wide. On Mancini.
He's having a right pass there, Mancini, at Serena. I can't believe that. I mean, that's a decent enough ball in, and you know, he's done well to get above that. He can't blame anybody for that. I mean, that's a super header that's nearly got them back in the lead again.
About 27 minutes to go now.
And what I hope Arsenal don't settle for that, you know. I hope they try and drive the game, because I think they can keep them pinned in if they do. I think if they sit back and settle and try and say, all right, let's make it hard for them again, I think they'll invite Sampdoria, and I always fancy Sampdoria are better attacking than defending.
Invenizzi. Manini. Well, these are worrying times for Mr. Eriksson, Sampdoria manager. It stays this way, remember. Arsenal need a draw. They go through to the final in Paris, either against Chelsea, or if it's against Chelsea, of course, it's at Wembley. Or Zaragoza, that would be in Paris. Ferry. There's big work yet to be done by Arsenal. We've seen them so often in the past, and people have started to write them off. That's one of the most dangerous things to do in the game, actually, write off Arsenal. But there's Ferry playing it through towards Lombardo. Knocked down by him. There's a chance here, and it's gone wide from Serena. Or rather from Maspero.
I tell you what, as he's coming in here, I thought he was favourite there, Maspero, you know, and I think he's just took... Watch Tony Adams here, make up the ground. Little fall-off header. And there on in, I thought Maspero was going to be favourite, but I think he's had a little look at Big Tony coming across the ground.
A good header by Lombardo.
Oh, cute little header, that. But that is tremendous defending for me. That epitomises Arsenal and Tony Adams.
We saw Arsenal hold on in such terrific style last season in Turin and in Paris, and indeed in the final against Parma, and this season against Auxerre.
Strange thing is, Brian, like I said, I think they're better equipped in this particular game to try and box Sampdoria in their own half of the field and play. I mean, we saw them give some performances where they really dug in last year, didn't we? But I think this is one where they've got to try and even try and nick another goal.
Keown. Arsenal's free kick.
I mean, since the goal, they've had two near misses, haven't they, Sampdoria? Mancini's header, and that effort there that Adams blocked off.
Maspero. With the bone then. This is Jugovic. Chelsea leading 1-0 at half-time against Zaragoza. Remember, they are 3-0 down from the first leg. Serena, Mihailovic, Dixon. Mihailovic. Mancini. No penalty. Maspero went flying in the box there. The referee, I have to say, had a good look at it. The referee from Austria, Blackburn Rovers, we understand, 2 goals up against Crystal Palace now.
It's a great through ball. Incidentally, that was a foul, I think, but he was outside the box.
Here's Wright at the other end. Turning away, looking for support, waiting for it to come, and then plays a curious ball there, which Lombardo was favourite to get. Manini gets the ball forward. Waiting again, this time for Maspero. Up to Mancini, the back heel by him to Jugovic, bringing Serena into the play. Goldrick couldn't get there. Maspero can't quite get there, and Winterburn pulls the ball away for Arsenal. Hits it down the line towards Ian Wright. Wright closely watched by Manini. Here's Wright again. Just Hartson up alongside him. Getting some support now from Merson and from Keown. Here's Merson on this near side now is Eddie McGoldrick. Hartson, McGoldrick. Keown, McGoldrick, into Hartson. It's going to be a Sampdoria throw. Spera comes bold, not to be denied. Gets us back to Manini. Hit forward by him, but this is an easy one for David Seaman. Halfway through the second half now. Back to forward. Adam was beaten in the air that time. And Lombardo's shots stopped quite easily by David Seaman. I think it would have just gone out in any case.
It would have done, but the amazing thing is how many balls in the air Mancini's won. You wouldn't bet anybody to win that many balls against the Arsenal's two central defenders.
One was won by Manini. Winterburn. Forward to Merson. Held up by Ferry, but Merson's still battling on, and Arsenal get a throw.
Yeah, he can carry the fight to them out there, Brian. He made one burst just after half-time and really terrorised the defence. I mean, you make a lot of distance with the player playing in that position.
Somebody else who terrorised them as well, Ian Wright. Picks out his mate Paul Merson. And that wasn't a very good ball, though. Have to give ground to get to this one. Down the line, they said we want it. Keown puts head down and charges after it. Can't quite keep it in play. A goal kick to Sampdoria.
So Keown there, as Dixon was shaping up his play, put it in there, put it on top of my head, and I'll carry the fight for you. He's had an excellent game as Martin Keown. I wouldn't put him down as one of the all-time great midfield players, but he hadn't half done well for them today.
He's done well there. He won an important header there. Flicked back that time by Hartson. Schwartz getting it forward now for Wright. Not a lot of support for Wright at the moment. McGoldrick's coming up on this flank. Wright again. Oh, Ferry took everything in sight there, including Ian Wright.
Great little build-up for the Arsenal there, up back and a through
But
ball.
another appalling challenge by Ferry.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I think the referee has said, all right, you can kick each other to death. Whatever happens, it doesn't matter. I mean, that's the sort of thing we used to associate with Italian defenders, in the days of Gentili and Benetti and people like that.
Ferry, I think, is one of those schools.
Yeah, he came in and did Bergami and people like that. But the referee let him go in virtually the second or third minute, and you know, he doesn't see any reason to change it now.
Well, a free kick for Arsenal, though, which Eddie McGoldrick will take. Another goal for Arsenal now would certainly relieve an enormous amount of tension. And McGoldrick's leaving it to Stefan Schwartz, who'll whip one in with his left foot. Deep one there towards Bold, too high for him, goal kick. So what do you guess Arsenal must do now, apart from not conceding another goal? I mean, how are they going to set about it?
Well, you've got to be brave to do it, but I think, particularly at this level, where obviously your natural reaction is to protect what you've now got, having worked so hard to get it. I think they've got to try and push the game forward and try for another goal. I mean, you can look at certain teams and think, don't commit yourself too much forward, otherwise they'll pick you off. I think if they sit back, there's every chance Sampdoria can nick another goal. I think if they push on, they could get one themselves and kill the match virtually.
Mihailovic and McGoldrick having a right old battle there. The referee calling both to him.
You see, I think Arsenal had a let-off just before. You know, the little incident where Mancini threaded the ball through and was thing on the edge of the box.
Yes.
And if they continue to give ground, they can do that all day for them. They'll like that. I think if they continue to give ground, Arsenal, there's every chance one of the Italian players will take a tumble in the box. Although the referee's been lenient, I don't think even he'd be brave enough away from home to do that. To disallow something like that, you know.
So let's watch for that. Bold gets it back to David Seaman. 3 of them offside there. Free kick to Arsenal. His camp was down at the elegant resort on the Ligurian coast of Santa Margherita.
You know, Ray Wilkins was saying about Mancini, about him having a go at people. He's having a go at people when they appear to do the right thing at the moment. There is some fun in the dressing room.
Offside. They trained this morning also at another resort called Sestri Levante, further down the coast, but if you think it's all been fun and games, it hasn't, because in this part of Italy, the whole day, it's been raining and drizzling, it's been foggy. The beautiful green hills around Genoa. Just haven't seen the villas and the apartment blocks up there because they've been shrouded in mist all day. It's been, if you've got a pal who's out here on holiday at the moment, he hasn't had a very good day today, I can tell you. That was a handball.
I think what you can also add to that, Brian, in terms of that weather and stuff, this pitch is looking immaculate, isn't it? It's superb playing, but it's a welcome relief for the Arsenal at this stage of the season to find a surface like this.
Here's Seaman with the free kick for Arsenal. In goes Keown again. He really is giving everything tonight. He did such a good job, actually, in Auxerre in the last round, where Auxerre had a very dangerous midfielder, Martins, and he really snuffed him out effectively in the second leg. Bold getting there, but then Invenizzi. In comes Wright. And Wright, so nimble and so quick, gets the ball to Winterburn. Merson letting it run down the flank there, having a little barging with Manini. Another substitution about to be made by Sampdoria. Claudio Bellucci, who's a midfielder, normally coming on, we think, for Ferry. Certainly has the virtue of young legs. He's only 19 years old, Bellucci. Well, here's Hartson trying to thread his way through, but in the end it's snapped forward by Mihailovic, straight to Bold, and now Schwartz. McGoldrick can't quite get there, but Dixon did.
You'll see the Arsenal, no matter how badly or whatever's happening to them in league situations, when they're playing in games like this and they get the nose into something, you'll see that collectiveness come. You can see it at the moment there where McGoldrick's just lost the ball that should have been his, and Dixon atones for it. Dixon straight away makes up for it. No issue, no debate, goes in and rectifies the mistake.
Well, Bellucci's on, and Ferry is off.
Well, that tells you now they're going to the sound of the trumpets now, doesn't it?
Yes, they've put Serena as a centre-back in place of Ferry. Dixon hitting it straight to Merson. Manini. Steve Bold with a header clear. Serena again, hitting it forward up towards Lombardo. Adams winning that in the air. Mancini's there also. Lombardo, but Arsenal surrounding him with players, getting the ball away now with Stefan Schwartz. Not the best of balls there for Hartson, though. Adams playing it wide again, not the best of balls, and McGoldrick really having to struggle for that one, but he did well and skillfully with a quarter of an hour left now for Arsenal to hold on to this 1-1 and find a place in the Cup Winners' Cup final in Paris next month. That's unless Chelsea get there, of course, and then it's at Wembley. Here's Mancini. The man they've got to hold up. Plays it wide for Invenizzi. Away again by Keown, I think it was. Schwartz, McGoldrick, up to Hartson. Needs to keep possession. Dixon hammering it forward again, but Wright just holds his head down. There was no way he could get anywhere near that one. It goes behind the dugout, in fact, for a throw to Sampdoria. Manini Adams, as Adams tried to get to that ball. A bit of obstruction and another free kick for Arsenal. The seconds ticking away inside the last 15 minutes now. There was a bit of barging and a bit of obstruction as the Arsenal captain tried to get the ball. Seaman with the free kick, a long way out of his goal. Up goes Hartson, Wright trying to get in behind him. Zenger had stayed put, and in fact, Wright did extremely well there, and Zenger was forced to a save. Winterburn trying to get the better of Mancini, but Mancini now on the ball for Sampdoria. Jugovic. Jakobot. Keown, I don't know whether Keown clashed with Maspera then, but Maspera just fallen to the ground holding his head. Invenizzi, foul and a free kick. Arsenal doesn't give any of these away. Well, not too many of them near this penalty area. These are the danger moments.
I don't think there's any doubt who's going to give this a gun. I think you've seen Mihajlovic have a right bang at this one.
Good angle for left-footed players. This is where Stuart Pearce of Nottingham Forest likes his free kicks, on this side of the penalty area, doesn't he? This is a very, very dangerous moment for Arsenal. Because Mihajlovic got a tremendous free kick in his locker. The Arsenal wall being pulled back. There are plenty of them in the wall. Just hope that Seaman can get a side of the ball. If it goes in,
Dixon's
Sampdoria are 2-1 up.
Dixon's trying to get back on the line, Brian. He's there.
It's
done well there, Dixon.
Dixon did very well.
Yeah,
I'm not sure that Seaman would have got there, you know.
That's a safe thing at this stage, isn't it?
There's a foul again, this time by Serena, who's already got a yellow card. Free kick to Arsenal. Another look at the watch. A little over 11 minutes to go. I think by Hartson.
It's a little bit late in the day for the referee to give a decision like that, isn't it? At the other end of the field, Mancini and Adams are having a little war.
McGoldrick playing it down the line. Manini getting there. That's an Arsenal throw.
I think the sort of thing, if they can do it, Brian, I know it's difficult from Arsenal's point of view, is just play those little balls in behind the Sampdoria defence. They've done it once with a bit of quality this half, which when Ian Wright, in all fairness, I thought Zenger should have come out for it, but when Ian Wright got clean and hit Zenger on the legs.
Up goes Adams, did well. There's such a lot of transfer talk about Adams, but Arsenal wouldn't be Arsenal without him at the moment. Arsenal throw, came off Jugovic. Chris Colonia coming on.
I just wonder whether he'll come on in place of Hartson. I'm having a look at Hartson, who's done exceptionally well in the air, but whether they need those little bit of extra legs now. I mean, Kiwamna is a busy sort of player that can run across the whole line.
I think it's right.
Oh, he's limping, yes, you're right. He's limping.
He's done a terrific job again tonight for Arsenal with Wright. Having been clattered as early as the 3rd minute by Ferry. Hartson charging. Serena holding him up. Gets the ball back to Zenger. Serena playing it wide here. For Mihajlovic. Manini. Wright coming back to dispossession. The substitution can be made. Off comes Wright. What a contribution he's made again to this Arsenal side. The 1-1, his goal. On comes Chris Kiwamna. Yet to score in Europe. Kiwamna couldn't get hold of that one. Manini got there first. Comes to Schwartz. He's had a very good game actually in that midfield, Schwartz, this evening. But at the moment it's Jakobot pushing those aging legs of his forward. Mancini. Adams is there, but there was a handball. Adams will claim that it was an accidental handball, but the referee has given the free kick to Sampdoria about 6 or 7 yards outside the penalty area, and it's pretty central. Mihailovic will be behind it again. Mancini is there as well. Also Invanizzi, but I don't think Invanizzi is going to figure, or is he? Austrian referee lining up that Arsenal wall again. We just have to hope that Seaman's got a good sight of this ball. No, it's going to be Mihailovic. With a long run up to it. Driven there, but straight into the Arsenal wall. Mancini with the shot. And it's gone in. Wow. A fantastic goal. Mancini had played it in. And suddenly they're back at level. Or rather, Sampdoria in the lead. Look at Zenga.
Well, that's absolutely incredible. In all fairness, great reactions there, but I mean, they made a right mess of the free kick, didn't they? Mihailovic hits the wall. Mancini smashes in the second shot.
And the referee, in fact, is going to take Bellucci's name, a yellow card for taking his shirt off. Well, he's only been on the field, what, less than 5 minutes. There's the free kick. And there's a terrific reaction header by Claudio Bellucci. And Sampdoria knows their way back into the lead again. Well, what do you make of that one?
Cruel. And Arsenal may have a case about the free kick, but I mean, at any level now, free kicks are given for all sorts of innocuous things. The irony of it all to me was, A, he'd messed the free kick up in the first place, Mihailovic.
8 minutes only to go, and Bellucci, the 19-year-old, within 5 minutes of coming on the field, has scored a goal that might well now put Sampdoria into the final.
I mean, the irony of it all was he just saved one, the previous free kick, Lee Dixon, trying to get back on the line. He may inadvertently have actually played Bellucci onside on that one.
And here come Arsenal again now. Dixon playing it in, flicked on by Kiwomya. Adams is up there and has stayed up there. Hartson playing it in again. It won't come through as far as Merson though. Mancini. Hartson again.
Oh no, they're in trouble now.
Now the break is on. They're stretched at the back. Lombardo and Bellucci is in there again. It's unbelievable. He's done it again.
I've got a hunch he might have been offside, Brian. I think he might have run a little bit early for Lombardo's pass there, you know. I mean, it's ironic. If only Hartson had stood one in the box when he got a crowd of players instead of getting robbed, we might have been talking about an equaliser. Now we're talking about Arsenal losing their cup.
Well, the holders have never retained the cup in this cup. We had high hopes that Arsenal might do it tonight. But Claudio Bellucci.
Have a look at this. Let's just. It doesn't show it well from there. I know he's made the run, but I just had a feeling he made the run a little bit early off Lombardo's pass.
Well, Arsenal need a couple of goals now.
No, they're out, Brian. With all the will in the world, they're out now.
Mihailovic. Kiwomya. Shirt almost tugged off him there by Mancini. Arsenal need a goal. If they get a goal, at least we get into extra time. Dixon. The bowl. Will they play it in? No, they bang it away again. As far as Winterburn. Schwartz. Dixon gets it away. Here's Lombardo, plenty of space. And the flag is up for an offside as Jurgovic, his sights trained on David Seaman's goal.
So you've got Adams playing centre forward now, you've got Bowl playing centre forward, you've got everybody up the field now. It's inevitable that whenever Sampdoria win the ball back, they're going to be able to counter-attack almost at their own leisure, if you like.
And the other semi-finalists now, Chelsea 1, Zaragoza 1. It's looking very much like the Sampdoria-Zaragoza final. A yellow card for Steve Bold, I think, there. Free kick for Arsenal. Remember, a goal now brings it back to 3-2 and would then take this match into extra time. Person behind it, but it's going to be Schwartz who takes it. He drives it. He's driven it in! Arsenal have got a reprieve because now they've got a chance of doing something in extra time. Stefan Schwartz, what an amazing game this is turning out to be.
That's absolutely incredible. I mean, that wasn't the best shot he's ever hit in his life, and now we're seeing another free kick result in a goal. I mean, Zenga's really should have walked across and picked that one up, but who cares?
87 minutes, 3 minutes left. And it looks now as though we might be heading towards extra time. I must say, at the start of this game, I was thinking, well, the only score that will take us into extra time is another 3-2. But you're living in a fantasy land if you think a game played in Italy is going to finish 3-2.
You're also thinking 10 minutes ago, or whatever it was, when it was 1 each, that there's no way Arsenal were going to get beat. Then I must admit, within a minute, I've actually said, well, they're out. Now you never know again, do we?
Never know. Sadly for Arsenal, Ian Wright is off, but Kiwomya is on. On the far side with the throw for Sampdoria. No, Lombardo is going to take it. Lombardo hitting it forward. Up goes Adams. Here's Bowl. Kiwomya's chasing. Iekovod's trying to hold him up. Iekovod with the head up. And here's Keown playing it in. And it almost came. And in fact, it just clipped off Kiwomya. And had he not just touched it, I feel that might have gone straight through to John Hartson. Of course, if it stays at 3-2 with 1 minute of normal time left, we go to extra time. If it stays that way at the end of extra time, it's a penalty shootout. So don't stray from your set now for a little while, please. Up goes Mancini. Dixon. Hitting it for Kiwomya. Showing a yard or two there to Serena. And gets the better of Serena. Possibly something here for Arsenal. No, it needed a better ball played in for Hartson. But here's McGoldrick.
I think they should gamble here, Brian. Get one of Dixon's into the box and push Big Adams up quickly. Try and win it in the last few seconds.
Kiwomya. Dixon. Played towards Zenga, but that's easy for Zenga. Mancini after 14 minutes, Wright after 61, then 2 by Bellucci, 82 and 85, and Stefan Schwartz, 87. They're playing time added on at the end of 90 minutes now. Iekovod hitting it forward again. Bold is there, letting it go for David Seaman. And we're going to get an extra 30 minutes. They're all level on aggregate after 90 minutes here in Genoa, and we'll be back for the whole of extra time.
Welcome back to a quite amazing semi-final in Genoa tonight. 3-2 on the night to Sampdoria, 5-all on aggregate. Bellucci's 2 goals look to have swung it the Italians' way, but a goal from Arsenal, Stefan Schwartz, 3 minutes from time, means 30 minutes extra time and penalties as well. They're just about to kick off there in Genoa, so we should get straight back to Ron Atkinson and Brian Moore.
Thanks again, Bob. Just confirming, it was Steve Bold who got a yellow card. We've had that confirmed on the Arsenal bench and from UEFA just before the finish, which sadly it means that if Arsenal do go through by some way or other in extra time or penalties for the final, Steve Bold will be on his second yellow card and would miss that final. Here's Schwarz. And over on the far side, it's Nigel Winterburn. Floated in, Zenga with a safe catch this time. Chelsea now leading 2-1. We understand in the other semi-final at Stamford Bridge, Sinclair the scorer of the second Chelsea goal, adding to one by Furlong in the first half. Sparrow playing it on. It's a handball and a free kick, and it's quickly taken by Schwarz. And here's Merson making another of those striding runs of his towards the defence. Absolutely taken out of the game.
That's
by
a block
Manini.
up, isn't it? It was a block
I mean,
up.
the referee was not, what, 5 yards away?
Yeah, it's not even an argument. It's a block off again on Merson.
In Benizzi. Played in for Lombardo. In Benizzi again. Bellucci, the man looking for a hat-trick, but Bold denied him a look at that one. Mihailovic. Little chip with the right foot this time. Bold gets it away. Kiwomya helps it on its way. Free kick to Sampdoria. Mancini. Sparrow, goal kick. And Stuart Houston during that break, so Gary Newborn has told me from the touchline, was saying to his players, you get one goal, they've then got to get two. The away goal at Arsenal would then have 3 away goals here. Arsenal. Lee Dixon with it. Vierkovod gets it clear. Up to Bellucci. Thought it was going to be and might still be a glory night for him. Lombardo chasing this one. Seaman there. That was it right at the edge of his box. Plays it forward. Serena touching it back. Playing Benizzi. And Lombardo was trying to steal in again behind Steve Bold, but Bold, as sure, just gets the head there, nods it back again to David Seaman.
Tantalising while it was in the air, wasn't he? Watching Lombardo sneaking between the two big central defenders of Arsenal.
Kiwomya. Fair, you wouldn't know. Well, let's look at Adams now. And Bellucci causing all sorts of troubles there. The referee has waved play on. Bellucci's down. Seaman just throws the ball out of play so that Bellucci can get some treatment.
I think you had a first-class example then of a ball between a defence and a central defender and a goalkeeper. I actually thought David Seaman should have taken more command of that situation. I mean, all right, at the end of the day, he's always going to be fair. And I don't think you'll find that boy's hurt anything like he's lying down there. No. But I thought David could have cleaned it out a lot earlier.
The arrival of the stretcher would help make a marvellous recovery for him.
They're better than doctors, though, aren't they?
So you wouldn't really know where to put your money now, would you?
No, but I mean, that's a big swing, isn't it? That away goal, now counting extra. I mean, for argument's sake now, that would be a better gamble than going to penalties to try and nick one in extra time.
Took away for the goal kick to Arsenal. Seaman having thrown the ball into touch so that Bellucci could get his treatment. Seaman with the kick. Hartson tried to get a little flick on, but it was Vierkovod just behind him. It's in Benizzi now. And again. Bold with the header clear. Mancini. Adams again shepherding that ball back. Come on out, he said to David Seaman. Seaman was already there. This is going to be real edge of the seat stuff now for the next half hour. Kiwomya playing the ball to McGoldrick. He was a little bit back on his heels. Arsenal's throw. Gets it clear, going without great conviction. Merson will go up and win that in the air. Manini then gets that one away for Sampdoria. Adams. It's out of play. It's a throw to Sampdoria. Won the Italian Cup 4 times in the last 10 years. Quite a new club, really, the youngest actually in the Serie A. They were only formed in 1946. I might be saying, never have they played an English side in Europe before this. They and their fans will remember this night, all right. 3-2 to Sampdoria. Level 5-5 on aggregates. Here we are in the first period of extra time. Lombardo, and a free kick conceded there by Bold.
The referee's exaggerated that a little bit. He's got his elbow across him. I think Lombardo's looking to go down. I thought he'd have had strip Bold with the start he had on him. But we've seen goal. The last 2 goals have come from
free kicks, and Mihailovic is behind this again. Takes a fast bowler's run up for this one. Mihailovic over the top. There's been a good British connection actually between countries and Sampdoria. A few players have played here. Trevor Francis played here. David Platt at the moment, of course. Graham Souness played here. Liam Brady played here, didn't he? And Des Walker, of course, more recently played here. You were telling me you thought Eddie Firmani way back.
I thought Eddie Firmani played here, and I think Jerry Hitchens certainly played here. I'm sure Eddie Firmani might have played here.
Kiwomya couldn't quite turn away on that one. It's
that'd be before your time, Brian, though, wouldn't it?
But not yours. Dixon had to change his mind there, and Bellucci used an elbow unfairly. A free kick to Arsenal.
It's hell of a confidence booster for Bellucci to come on, and I think Dixon's lucky to get a free kick. I think there's a lot of fatigue in that to come on and score 2 goals, but he has looked quite bright and lively, hasn't he? Actually, the tempo's gone very, very slow. I think what we're seeing now is a little bit of tiredness, but that's we're not going to give anything away from either side now. You know, whereas in the closing stages of normal time, it was like we've got to go for each other because of the circumstances of the game.
Well, that was a bit unlucky for Arsenal. The ball cannoned back off Merson into possession for Sampdoria. This is Invernizzi on the far side now. Played in for Lombardo. Schwartz did well. That's a free kick for Arsenal. Thinking ahead a little bit, if it comes to penalties, of course, Arsenal's ace penalty taker, Ian Wright, is off the field.
Just looking around them, they've got a few that look untried as penalty kickers. Obviously, Dixon at one time used to be the regular spot kicker.
Adams up forward towards Kiwomya. They've got Vierpavod backpedaling. The header gives Arsenal the throw.
You would expect Schwartz to take one, wouldn't you, if it comes to that?
Yes, without a doubt.
Junction. Anyway, Brian, there's a long way to go before that.
I wonder how much Stuart Houston has been thinking about penalties and whether before the game he's decided who was going to take them. Adams. Jugovic. Lombardo's off again. Let's talk to you about penalties a bit later on. Inter Milan, Villa Inter Milan, that was penalties, wasn't it?
Very much so.
I mean, had you decided before the game who was to take penalties?
You've got a fair idea of the bulk of your penalty kickers, but I mean, in that game, we'd let Dean Sanders, our spot kicker, and he'd gone up.
Here's Dixon. Jakobod cut that out well. Mihailovic. Hit long towards Lombardo, who's got virtually a lone roll up there at the moment for Sampdoria. Easy for Arsenal as Dixon plays it forward again. Kiwomya nicely onside. Serena coming across to concede the throw.
And that's the sort of ball that Arsenal ought to be looking for a lot. Just dropping it in behind the fullbacks and making the ball die, and letting Hartson and Kiwomya get on with tracking it in.
McGoldrick with the throw. Kiwomya. McGoldrick. Just get the ball in the middle. No, he's turned away again. Keown will get it in the middle. Not a bad cross either, but it's just eluded Hartson. Falls for Zenga. He's now released Mancini. Again, Lombardo the only one up, although Bellucci is now getting up quickly to join him. Here's Manini. The blue shirt's beginning to move forward now. In Venezia on the far side. There's the cross by him towards Bellucci. The back heel that didn't begin to come off there by Schwarzen as well for Arsenal, that Winterburn was there. Keown. Merson. Little flick by him, and Goldrick didn't think it was for him, and in fact it's picked up here by Bellucci, and a promising move for Arsenal has come to nothing. Here's Bellucci. Mancini. Jugovic. That's a good shot. Just wide of Seaman's goal.
Well, and Arsenal have got to start doing more. I was just about to say this is the worst period in the whole game they've had.
Merson and McGoldrick having words there as well. McGoldrick didn't get anywhere near Merson's ball, and Merson was very unhappy about that, and that's where it all started. It was a good yard wide of Seaman's goal. Here he is with the goal kick.
I think Arsenal have dropped their tempo a little bit, and that'll suit Sampdoria, because the more time and space they get to play, the better they'll produce.
Bold gets it back, holds off Lombardo. But with an Easter programme, you know, Ron, they've not been short of football, Arsenal, have they?
No,
I mean, it's been a wearying time for them. Back by Bold to Seaman. Playing games with Bellucci there.
And that's where he's got to just drop it over the left back.
Dixon.
No, but he wanted that ball's about 4 movements too late. He refused it in the first place. You can see McGoldrick had made the run in behind that. Keown had also made a run from midfield in behind the left back area.
About a minute of the first half of extra time remaining. Serena gets it clear. Hit towards Adams.
Hasn't been a good period for Arsenal this time. They've done little or nothing in it. Apart from, of course, preserve the scoreline.
Penalty shootout is about 16 minutes away unless somebody does something here. The break is on again for Sampdoria. They played it in towards Lombardo. That was a great bit of defending by Dixon, and he's gone in there again, and the flag was up in any case after the first challenge. That was a wonderful piece of defending by Dixon on Lombardo. And well, Mancini going across to have words with the linesman, and the referee quite right. It's about time too. Mancini has been all the way through this game, and he gets a yellow card.
He's also overlooked the fact, of course, he's appealing for a penalty. He's also overlooked the fact that the referee, that's the brilliant defensive thing. Now watch him make a double tackle, and the referee's actually given a free kick. He actually gave a free kick there, you know, for Arsenal. Now they're looking for a penalty. That's why Mancini's trying to referee the game and all sorts.
Seaman with the clearance, and it's gone into touch. The last seconds of the first half of extra time. Jakobod.
There's the end of the first 15 minutes of extra time. And we're heading towards a penalty shootout. 3-2 to Sampdoria on the night, 5-5 on aggregates, the same number of away goals. Let's get a quick word with Ray Wilkins back in London.
Hi, Brian.
Hi,
Brian. I thought first and foremost Arsenal were very unfortunate to go 2-1 down. I couldn't really see where that was a deliberate handball from Tony Adams. But the spirit they've shown has been quite fantastic, and I think that Lee Dixon epitomised that just a couple of minutes ago with 2 fantastic tackles, which have actually kept the Arsenal in the tie and going to the second half of extra time with every chance of going through.
Thanks a lot, Ray. So Mancini on a yellow card. Serena's on a yellow card. Lombardo's on one from a previous match. So too is Jugovic. So too is Evani, who's now left the field. 15 minutes remaining. Blackburn Rovers have beaten Crystal Palace by 2-1. That puts them, 8 points clear at the top of the Premiership. And here, I don't know whether you can see it there in the centre circle, Mancini having a very heated discussion there with the Austrian referee. Bit of kidology going on there.
Oh, very much so.
Arsenal will have to again be aware of everything they concede in and around that penalty area. So away we go. 15 minutes of this European Cup Winners' Cup semi-final remaining. And if it stays this way, we get one of those dramatic penalty shootouts for the right to go into the final in Paris next month. Lombardo chasing Winterburn and gets the ball. Invernizzi with the throw. Mancini.
That's why he's so annoying with all these demonstrating with referees and like. He's such a talent, isn't he? He's possibly the best player on the field.
Here's Dixon. Knocked forward for Kiwomya to chase it, but Jakobod taking no chances at all.
Good ball from Dixon. They've dropped it in the right area. That's where Kiwomya wants it. He wants to be able to run onto things.
Kiwomya gets it back to McGoldrick. Just keeps it in play. That's a nice little bit of play there by McGoldrick. Has he done too much? Zenger's claiming the ball was over the byline. In any case, the linesman didn't agree. It's a throw to Arsenal.
Long time since they've been in this position for a long throw.
And Steve Boulder's gone forward to that near post position again. That's where Bold looks for the flick on, but it wasn't quite the right purchase. Goal kick. Goldrick's header. Goes Kiwomya. For once, he's got the better of Jakobod. Another goal kick. Adams. Kiwomya. Not a lot of support for him. Hartson's ploughing a furrow through the middle. Another goal kick.
It's not the easiest thing when you're isolated up front. You've got to go it alone, but I think you should be trying to work harder to get to the dead ball line and maybe get little deflections off defenders and get corners.
The legs everywhere are desperately tired now, aren't they?
Yeah,
and the brains as well. That's why a penalty shootout, it's such a lottery for in every respect at the end of extra time. Zenger with the kick. Sorry, wrong intro.
I was just going to say, if you know, virtually give the chance to get the big guns up from the back.
Here's Mancini being shadowed by Schwarz, but he still tries to play the ball inside Winterburn for Invernizzi, but Invernizzi had strayed offside.
there's no doubting the terrific spirit and the amount of work that Arsenal put into this match here tonight.
They've shown all the resilience and
fantastic, really.
the qualities we associate with them. They haven't played classic football, but you know, we very seldom say that about Arsenal, do we? But you know, they've shown the resilience and the commitment.
Merson has the ball taken off him by Mancini, who now looks to play the ball through to Lombardo. Lombardo goes chasing down there, claiming a penalty again, and they claim that Lombardo dived. The referee, in any case, just waved his hands. Lombardo's got a touch of cramp, being helped there by David Seaman.
Well, we've criticised the referee, but I have to say there that
spot on.
Well, whether it was spot on or not, Brian, it was brave. He had every chance to sort of give something on it, because from where he looked, it must have looked a hell of dubious. What we are forgetting, of course, that what a phenomenal pass once again from Mancini. That is a phenomenal angle. The Italians round us seem to think it was a penalty, Brian. But this guy in my ear does.
Lombardo again, stopped by Adams, and stopped well by him too. Keown finding McGoldrick. McGoldrick playing it wide now for Dixon. Dixon, good skill, good temperament, and a good pass. Finds McGoldrick. Adams, don't give it away there. It's a free kick. Wants to take it quickly, and his blue shirt swarming around him, denying him that. Just got Kiwomya and Hartson up front to aim for. Dixon getting it in towards Hartson. Tries to play it on for Kiwomya. Played back by Invernizzi.
You just sense that they want to win it more in extra time, don't you, than Arsenal? You think Arsenal... I get the impression whether Arsenal are absolutely out on the feet, whatever, that they're prepared to go for the long slog of penalties.
Adams again with a header. Hartson having a real clash there with Jakobod. And Hartson, rather, Kiwomya now playing it for Merson. That's a free kick surely for Arsenal. The foul on Paul Merson by Manini. A free kick it'll be.
That was the best little thing they've had in the half, wasn't it? They're 3 against 2 here. If he can get this one, he's done that innumerable times, but he is lucky to get away without a booking there.
In the meantime, Jakobod's in trouble. He's got a touch of cramps.
As you say, if he's not match hardened or anything like that, that can happen to them all at this stage. Now they've got a chance, Arsenal, to put one of their little ploys into action. Put it in the danger area and let the big fellas get on the end of it.
It's Winterburn with the free kick.
I'm surprised Schwartz. I wonder if he's going to act as a decoy here, Winterburn. Now let Schwartz get on it.
No, Winterburn playing it into Kiwomya. Tries to get it back for Merson, but it didn't come off. And now the blue shirts are coming swarming out again. Invernizzi. Lombardo's making a run. Mihailovic is there. Kiwomya right back in the left-back position. My goodness, he did well there. Go down that line, says Schwartz, but he plays it short to Merson. Chelsea now leading 3-1 against Zaragoza. Mark Steen 4 minutes from time to add to the goals of Furlong and Sinclair. There's still a lot of work for them to do. Still need to get 2 more, Chelsea, to counter the away goal that Zaragoza have scored at Stamford Bridge. Here it's still 5-5 on aggregate as Mancini plays it in, and that's an easy one for Seaman. And we're heading less than 8 minutes away from a penalty shootout now. Manini got the header in, helped by Mihailovic. Here's Mancini. Stopped that time by Winterburn. Merson knocking it back. Oh, there's problems here now. Jugovic. Oh, backing off. Lombardo's waiting in the middle for him. He's turned his man well. He's playing it now for Bellucci. The flag was up.
I mean, he sidesteps Tony Adams here neatly, and I thought at that moment, I thought he's going to get a full blast for his hat-trick there. Can't quite see where the... no, it's a goal kick. He hasn't given anything.
Up goes Hartson. Manini. It's a free kick for Sampdoria. Maspero. Mancini. And it comes with Bellucci. Now Mihailovic. Good left foot of his. Mancini's in there. Thought he was going to get one then.
Oh, Brian, that is an absolute glorious chance at this stage. What a beautiful ball from Mihailovic. Whipped him behind all the defence. That's a great cross, and you'd have bet your mortgage on him here. He's got plenty to do, sliding him, but that's this stage of the game for a player of that quality. You'd expect him to tuck that away.
Well, because of the late running of the football here from Genoa, because of extra time, odd balls has now been dropped. News at 10 will be the next programme. That will follow immediately after this Winners' Cup semi-final here in Genoa. Free kick to Sampdoria. 5 minutes of extra time remaining.
I don't know whether Arsenal have spent themselves physically. I mean, you made a very good point about the Easter programme, you know, and this is something maybe is starting to take its toll now. But I just felt when they got back to 3-2 at the end of the game, at the end of normal time, they charge it a little bit more. But they've sat back, and whether it's a conscious effort, they said, all right, you're not going to break us down again. But they nearly have. In fact, I think Sampdoria have probably had more chances in extra time than they've had in the game, in the normal game.
Serena gets it clear. Lombardo with the header. Dixon just nicking it forward to McGoldrick. All turning into trouble and getting caught badly there, McGoldrick. Lombardo's going through. And again, Arsenal, thanks in the first place to Seaman and then by Winterburn, but it was a mistake by Eddie McGoldrick that very, very nearly cost Arsenal this semi-final.
Well, and that might be the most important save David Seaman ever makes for the club. It was a brilliant save. He had to make a decision whether or not to go at the feet and possibly concede a penalty. Just waited long enough to get a hand on it. It was a brilliant save for my money. Great decision making.
Mancini again. Crossed in. Good work by Adams there. Chelsea have won their match 3-1 against Zaragoza, but it's the Spaniards who go through to the final. So we know for sure then Zaragoza are through. We also know that the final will be played in Paris. What we don't know is which of these two sides will join them there.
The Arsenal boys look absolutely shot. I was just looking at one or two of them, Big Tony and people like that. They look as if they've absolutely given the last ounce.
Which in every sense they have. I mean, they've worked so hard. But there's one big supreme effort still to be made. One to keep the score as it is now for the next 3 minutes. And then to summon up the nerve and the strength, the mental strength more than anything, of course, to get a successful penalty shootout. Bellucci has done so much damage already, not with a shot like that.
It's any consolation to them. What they do know, Brian, is the last time we were here for a penalty shootout on this ground, an Arsenal player won the game.
You tried to catch me on that, didn't you, David O'Leary? The Republic of Ireland against Romania in the '90 World Cup. Nigel Winterburn, I understand, is struggling a little bit with a groin strain. Iacobot there first. Here comes Dixon. Minutes of extra time remaining. Lombardo, good powerful header, finds Bellucci, but Jugovic can't get on the end of that one.
Just keeps coming back at them now, doesn't it? I mean, the quality of the sort of balls from defence isn't good at the moment, but there's little or nothing left up front.
And Venezia with a header. Mancini playing it in. Knocked away again by Tony Adams. Maspero, the number 9. Plays it in once more to Bellucci. Taken out by Schwarz. The Italians are up on their feet, feeling that should have been a free kick. Hartson plays it, but Keown can't pick it up. And Jugovic showing a terrific bit of pace there. Mancini as well, and it's Dixon who gets it clear. Hartson who nods it on. Invernizzi once more. Maspero. Here he is again, Maspero. Dixon once again. Arsenal defending it very, very deep here, but defending with great fortitude. And now an offside.
That's
and a free kick for Arsenal.
That was actually happened about 5 minutes ago. The referee was waved on play for that once.
Well, it's a free kick for Arsenal.
But it's welcome respite for Arsenal.
It is. We're in the last minute of extra time now, Ron.
Yeah, I must admit at normal time, the end of normal time, I hoped they would go for the and try and win it extra time. They've really done well to survive.
They haven't looked capable of winning.
No, they've done well. They'll do well to survive and go into the penalty shootout.
Bierkabod protecting the ball as he goes back to Zenga. A little throw out by him to Mihailovic. Sampdoria coming forward again. Arsenal trying to hold them up once more. Mancini playing it short in gain for Invernizzi. Now Maspero. Mihailovic down that left-hand side. Arsenal will want to hold out now. And hold out for the hope of something of the penalty shootout. Gold gets that one away for them. Well, there we are. We now get a penalty shootout here between Sampdoria and Arsenal. Let's quickly go back to London and rejoin Bob.
Well, we have the dreaded penalty shootout to come now, and we'll follow every moment of that. But just to tell you that news at 10, well, that will follow as soon as we get a result out there in Genoa. Now, Ray Wilkins, it's interesting as those lads are taking those well-earned drinks. I mean, they are all so fatigued, aren't they?
Yes, I think it was pretty evident that the majority of the players who went down with cramp were Sampdorian players. None of the Arsenal, but they all look very, very tired. It's very, very humid. There's Stefan Schwarz there, blasting in a super goal. And it's a very, very humid night there in Genoa, and it would have taken a hell of a lot out of the lads. But they've got another chance. They're in penalties, and who knows what might happen. I personally think in Dave Seaman, we British have got a potential match winner.
OK, now let's just have a look at tonight's results, and some important ones there are as well. Chelsea 3, Real Zaragoza 1, goals from Furlong, Sinclair and Steen. But as you can see, it's the Spanish side who go through to the final 4-3 on aggregate. An important one at the top of the Premiership, Blackburn 2, Crystal Palace 1. Blackburn extending their lead over United to 8 points now. Palace in deep trouble, and the champions in Scotland, Rangers, well, they've won 1-0 at Rugby Park, Kilmarnock. Now, I think one thing that occurs to me at the moment, Ray, really, one of the things that occurs to me is that we've got Walter Zenga in one goal. Now, he made a dramatic save which took them through against Porto, against Bobby Robson's side, didn't he? And then we've got David Seaman, who made a great save on Monday against Aston Villa. Two guys who really, I can't say they enjoy penalties, but they're good penalty savers.
Quite. I think if we look back to the Schwarz goal, I thought Zenga might have stopped that. That's actually going his side. I think Zenga is past his best, whereas I think Dave Seaman is at his best. And I think that just might be the turning point.
There is also a point, of course, that Ian Wright's gone off, and Ian Wright is Arsenal's main penalty taker.
Yeah, that's very true. And I, at 1-1, I was hoping Ian Wright wasn't going to go off when I saw the substitution go up, because I thought he was working very hard. He was an inspiration behind Arsenal, and I was hoping he would stay on. And if it comes to a situation like this, Ian Wright's a winner. And I think he would have been a vital commodity. My mind's flying all over the place to look for hope for Arsenal here. I think back to a World Cup. Didn't Italy and the Italians go out on a penalty shootout in 1990 in front of their own fans? Yeah, they certainly did, but they do also show a lot of courage at certain times. Well, I'm looking for anything here. I think you're clutching at straws, Bob, to be perfectly honest. But I'm going to put it down to Dave Seaman. I think the Arsenal lads will do their bit. And I sincerely hope Dave can pull off a couple of saves. Yes, well, it's interesting that, I mean, Lombardo is one of about 3 players, Ray, Sampdoria players, who have gone down with cramp, haven't they, in the extra time stage? It was pretty evident that the majority of the Sampdorian side were moving about very, very well indeed. When it got close to the full time of extra time, there's a couple of them went down with cramp. Does that signify that they don't actually want to take the penalty? or does it mean that they have genuinely got crap? It's difficult to know how the individual's feeling. There's a lot of nerves creeping now, and it's going to be very tough.
That man we saw there in black, Walter Zenga, one of the great characters, goalkeeping characters of the world. He'll do whatever he can to delay or put off the Arsenal lads as well. But we're just about set here for this semi-final shootout. There's a little bit of argument there. I don't know what Lee Dixon and Tony Adams are discussing with the referee. But let's go back to the stadium there and to Brian Moore.
Thank you again, Bob. Everybody looking with hope towards David Seaman. Ian Wright came onto the field while you were back in London there for a moment, put his arms around him, and goodness knows what he was saying, but you've got a pretty fair idea. Hey, it's down to you as much as anybody now, big man. And Seaman, this bluff, unruffled Yorkshireman, if anybody can pull Arsenal through, it'll be this fella. He's been an absolute hero throughout their campaign, just as he was, and there are two goalkeepers you see there. Good camaraderie between Zenga and between Seaman. But these are going to be nerve-twisting moments. Dixon, McGoldrick, Hartson, Adams and Merson, we understand, is the Arsenal order. Well, Lee Dixon, of course, who was the regular Arsenal penalty taker for quite a few seasons. Then he missed a couple or so and said, I don't fancy it anymore. Ian Wright took that up with alacrity, and he never seems to miss. But sadly, Wright is off the field now, and it looks as though it's Zenga who's going into goal, and it's going to be Arsenal who take the first one. It's a hell of an undertaking, Ron, isn't it? You've played for 90 minutes plus 30 minutes of injury time. You've given everything. You're mentally whacked. You are physically whacked. And now you have with one shot to make a supreme effort to put the ball in the back of the net.
Brian, psychologically, how many people genuinely thought that Arsenal would have been all square at this stage of the proceedings? They are. They've now got to make it count. Just hit the back of the ball then.
Well, here's Lee Dixon with the first penalty, and that's as good as they come.
That's my old hobby horse again, though, by the way. Goalkeeper standing still.
Yes, they're never going to stand still. Mihailovic will be the first one to take a penalty for Sampdoria. If referees insisted on goalkeepers standing still in penalty shootouts, you'd never, ever finish a penalty shootout.
No, I'm not on about that, Brian. I actually always tell my keepers, in a shootout, stay put.
Oh, I see what you mean.
You watch.
Yeah.
Unless they're great penalties. You're not going to save a great penalty, but there's normally at least two go down the keeper's throat. If the keeper stands still, the two of them will hit him. Now,
Mihailovic against David Seaman. He'll hit it with power, I've no doubt. He'll certainly hit it with his left foot. Can Seaman stop it? He can! A great save by David Seaman. Wow, that's a wonderful break for Arsenal. What were we saying about this big, bluff, unruffled Yorkshireman? That was a terrific piece of goalkeeping. Wonderful reflexes. So, McGoldrick. Well, I must say, Eddie didn't have that many touches in the game when he came on as substitute, and none of them were all that inspiring.
Only needs one, Brian. He only needs one good touch now.
One good touch now.
One good bash. Don't look at the keeper.
McGoldrick.
Oh, no!
Oh, a massive blow. You have to look towards David Seaman again, and it's Jugovic who's coming forward to take the penalty of the next one. Got well under that. Oh my goodness, his head goes back and he knows.
To sympathise with him, but that is a pathetic penalty really at this stage. You've got to hit that target at this stage.
Tense moments there on the Arsenal bench for Stuart Houston and George Armstrong. I guess there'll be some. Gary Lewin, I noticed the physios looking the other way. So Jugovic against Seaman. Can Seaman do it again? He can! Another brilliant save. Well, is there no end to what David Seaman can do in goal when it comes to penalty taking? Or penalty saving?
Surely they're not going to waste that now. Surely they're not going to waste that boy's efforts now.
Well, Arsenal still leading by 1-0 after both sides have taken 2 penalties. Remember, they go to 5. And if it's still level after that, It's then a sudden death penalty, a sudden death penalty.
Full marks to Seaman, but you have to say you would have expected a higher standard of penalty from players of this quality, wouldn't you?
So Zenga in the firing line. John Hartson, the man who's got a great chance to give Arsenal some breathing space now, and succeeds in doing so. So Arsenal now leading by 2-0 on the penalty shootout, as Ricardo Maspero is the next man forward to face the formidable David Seaman. So much riding on this now. Place in the final in Paris next month. Maspero versus Seaman. And that's gone in.
I think he was close to that one as well, Brian.
Wasn't far off
David
it.
Seaman was
Arsenal
good.
leading 2-1 on penalties. It's the captain's job now. Tony Adams, the next one forward. He wasn't far off it, but what a good penalty. Right. Couldn't be more in the corner than that one was.
I'm pleased to see this, by the way. I don't know how good a penalty. I've never seen him take a penalty before, Tony Adams, but at least he's captain, at least he's showing the responsibility.
He's always led by example, and never more so than at this moment. Tony Adams against Walter Zenga. Important kick, this one. Never a moment's doubt. So it's 3-1 now.
Tell you what, Zenga nearly finished up past Adams on that one.
And now Manini. Still no sign of Mancini coming forward.
No, I mean, that's a disappointment.
Leading 3-1 at the moment. No troubles there. Paul Merson. Well, we know the sort of season that Paul has had. And he's put a lot of bad things behind him. A lot of people will be with him now. Hands up all those who would now like to be in his shoes. Merson with the kick. Saved by Zenga. So Arsenal's lead is a slender one at 3-2. And Lombardo comes forward, and we look for David Seaman now to keep Arsenal's lead. How many more twists have we got here on this extraordinary night of football in Genoa? Lombardo, 29 years old. Italian international, good goal scorer. Scored twice in the last 4 internationals for Italy against David Seaman. Another brilliant save! A brilliant save! And Arsenal go into the final.
And that was the best one out the lot, Brian. He almost dived too early and made a great second hand on that one. That was phenomenal.
Well, who's going to make the headlines tomorrow? Who's going to be the biggest Arsenal hero? The biggest man in the side with the biggest smile there, David Seaman, as Stuart Houston comes off the field. What a hero, and what a performance in that penalty shootout by David Seaman, the 6'1", 31-year-old from Yorkshire. And a smile that matches the brilliance of his goalkeeping during that penalty shootout. Let's have a look at this replay again. You say this was the best one of the lot.
Oh, yeah, because I thought he dived under it at first, and you could see him virtually straining every sinew. Bearing in mind as well, the lad's had a cracked rib for a while as well.
Cracked rib, he's hardly trained for 7 weeks. He was an absolutely outstanding hero in the last round in Auxerre. And who on earth is going to make the headlines, the biggest headlines of all tomorrow? David Seaman, a fantastic performance, and one that rounds off another brilliant performance by Arsenal. Will now meet Zaragoza in the final in Paris next month.